All right, welcome back. Let's talk about Tyrese. Tyrese breaks down the pain of his two marriages. Okay, so apparently Tyrese has been married twice before. I didn't even know that. But the one that we've talked about the most is the most recent marriage to Samantha Lee, right? The mother of his child. That they're still, I think they might still be dragging it out in court. I don't know if they settled, but they go back and forth with that. But anyway, Tyree was on Kirk Franklin's new podcast, something like that, where they're talking. I really do think it's a great conversation. When you do get a chance, I'll see if I can. I'll try to remember to link it in the description box. It's really a good conversation between gentlemen, between two men. I'm really, really proud of men starting to have this kind of conversations. It's not about right and wrong, as I've always said. It's not about oh, you're right, you're wrong, you're right, I agree, you disagree. It's not about that. It's about rubbing minds together. It's about exercising the mind when it comes to relationships. It's about, hey, actually, I think this was right today and tomorrow. After assessing a few things, after experience, I'm realizing that maybe it's not that simple. I'm still looking at things. As a matter of fact, I don't have all the answers. But now I'm super self-aware that this issue that we call relationship is not as simple as right and wrong or black or white. Why? Because usually another human being is involved and they have their own opinions. Beyond opinions, they have feelings. Sometimes they feel some kind of way and they don't even know why they feel some kind of way. So it gets very, very complicated. But it gets easier when you start to master the skills of active listening. But again, they're having a conversation, so I'm really happy. So there's a clip I found on TikTok earlier on, and I wanted us to talk about it. Mario said Uncle Tyrese is still talking about this. They're talking though. They want to help other people. They want to help other people. Let me play this clip and then we'll talk. Let's listen in.
I have been married twice. The first marriage was I married her to get a green card. So it was a bootleg marriage. I had a baby on the way, and if the fact that you overstayed your visa,
wow,
you're going to be deported and be out of here and won't be able to come back in this country. So the moment that her green card went through, we had a plan. Prenup is in place. We filing for divorce. I don't want to be associated to being married. I'm hot and young in these streets, and I want to take advantage of all of this vaginal activity. That's where I was at. So the moment that the green card came in,
vaginal activity,
we had a plan to file for divorce, and that's what it was.
Don't he? Don't
Okay. Yeah, I had to, vaginal is a medical term. That's just what it is. But the second marriage for me was to my ex now, and you knew Samantha, your wife knew Samantha, and I literally told myself that I am in the presence of a woman that God sent me that I know I'm supposed to be with for the rest of my life.
Do you feel like you let God down?
Here's the thing. When the marriage, when she filed, I didn't arrive at letting God down for me.
Right.
I was wondering, what is God going to do to me? How am I going to be punished? Because I never promised her anything.
Wait, ho.
I never promised her anything. Good question. I never promised her anything. He was making those vows. I never promised her anything. If you're not listening carefully enough, you might think he just contradicted himself. But Tyrese is not the kind of guy that you're gonna catch contradicting himself. Okay. As a matter of fact, most of the guys that are resenting how relationship plays out today, or marriage is how it plays out, how they feel is so unfair on the part of the man, you're not gonna get them at them being wrong. You're not gonna get them at them not telling the truth. That's not how you get them. Okay. All right. Like I've always said, it's 99% truth. There's 1% poison. And you're gonna have to be a good listener to catch that 1% poison. And when I say catch it, I mean to get them to understanding, to get them to an understanding where they can not see that they're wrong. That's not the goal. The goal is not to tell them they're wrong. The goal is to get them to see another perspective. You see? Because once you engage in trying to get them to be wrong, you become them. And that's not the goal. The goal is to get to understanding, to get to alignment, right? Alignment. All right. So that alignment is why some people say I'm on the fence sometimes. I'm always actively looking for alignment, because I don't believe it's about right and wrong. I believe it's a misunderstanding. I think there's an alignment already, but we're not able to find it. I think obviously there was an alignment. You end up with a person, you're married to them, right? And then suddenly something starts to discombobulate, right? It's because there's misalignment, right? But how do you find yourself back to the alignment? Well, you're gonna have to check your emotions, right? But of course, it's hard to check your emotions if you feel hurt, if you feel betrayed, if you feel like it's all unfair. It's gonna be hard to check your emotions. Those are literally your emotions. So listen carefully to what he's saying. He talked about vows, but then at the same time, he said, I didn't promise her nothing. Like, what do you mean? Good question that gentleman asked, because sometimes it's cloudy, but it's okay to say, what do you mean? I've always said that, right?
I exchange vows. That is not God's opinion. That is the word of God. I gave God my word through thick and thin, for better, for worse, through sickness and health, till death do us part. That's the word I gave God. I would commit myself to this person with this contract that I signed with the Lord Jesus Christ. And so I committed to him first of what I would do on behalf of this sanctuary, of this marriage.
Got you.
And so my fear was, if this marriage were to fall apart, what happens to my life when this all falls apart? So I was more so worried about him, because I told him I would do this for the rest of my life.
So what was her understanding? Like you said,
She's out.
My understanding was that I was committing to God.
Yeah.
Was her...
Good question, young man. He said, what was her understanding? Right? But again, let me ask you guys in the chat, what else did you catch in everything what else do you think you caught? Or what else did you catch, Jerry? What did you catch in what he has just said? Did you catch anything else? I caught something, and that's the reason why I pulled this up today. What did you catch in everything he has just said so far? Maybe one thing that you feel like, right there, that's the red flag right there. That's why that marriage crumbled. He talked about God, of course. He talked about God. What else did you catch in that? Let me play a little bit more of this video right here. This is the main video right here.
Seen the process, and a lot of women, I'm not saying, I'm not gonna say what your wife was, but they're so joyous about the occasion. And it's really, in society, it's about the woman, and it's about the this, and it's about the that, and she gets what she wants.
I'm waiting for your answers, guys.
Always good. No. I mean, no. I'm just saying societal standards.
Yes.
You know.
I've often said that when the
So
when
what
the
was her
flowers,
perception?
I've often
What
said
was
that
her
when the
perception?
flowers dry up, the horse and carriage that you rented for the day goes away. You break down all the tents, okay, and all these that you didn't put on the plane, paid for all this food, paid for the tent and the ceremony. When everybody leaves and you put that wedding dress in the plastic, if the dress wasn't rented, like the tuxedo for the day, it's gonna be me and you. And what is that?
And exactly. So it's kind of like, it's really down. And
This young man is trying to get him to see something here. Bumi said that Tyrese is not a serious person. I actually think he's too serious. Actually, Tyrese is way too serious to sustain a marriage, in my opinion. He needs to chill. Mario says he's a lover boy, but he finds younger, hot women every time. That's what you found? Jesus Christ. Oh. All right, let me play a little bit more of this. Let's see if you guys will catch it. I'll play maybe 30 more seconds.
this is just me. Core belief that I have with marriage. Whatever kind of marriage you got, even y'all, like as far as like, it's down to understanding.
Oh, that's for sure.
And
communication.
everybody is
It's down to understanding. Okay, he asked her, I said, what was her understanding? In fact, at one point, Tyrese was like, I can't speak for her. I'm like, that sounds like a Gen Z talk. I can't speak for her. We can't be speaking for people. Yeah, actually, we can. Okay, we might pretend that we can't because we don't want you to be defensive too. But actually, if you pay attention, there are patterns everywhere.
Actually understanding what the other person is understanding, so you can understand the.
No, Tyrese, like forget what she's understanding. The vow was for God. The vow was between me and God. Never mind her. Did you guys not pick that up? Let's keep going.
Same thing, and brick by brick together, then you can't go wrong.
Understanding communication.
My question to you though is, I don't know why she left. It would take a rocket scientist at this point.
You don't know about who left.
Tyrese still does not know why his ex-wife left. I could tell you why she left already today. You didn't even know what her understanding was. It looks like you weren't curious enough to know what her understanding was too. You probably knew all of the Bible scriptures of what she's supposed to do, right? All the morals of what she's supposed. You probably know all of that, but her understanding, we don't know. You didn't know. So how could you know why she left? Of course you don't know why she left. You know everything about God's vow, the vow you did between you and God. And then we're just going to pretend there's not another human being involved in that vow and what their understanding was, or if you're on the same page at all. It's not that complicated, but I guess it is. You know.
Meaning my ex. I don't know to this day.
You don't know why she left?
I have no idea. See, I wrote a song on my new album. And the song, a lot of the songs.
I mean, that's a good title of a song. I don't know why she left. Don't you think?
On my album, it's called Beautiful Pain.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of song titles on my album is me still struggling to this day with questions that I don't have the answer to.
Did you ask her?
And one of the questions.
Again, did you ask her? No, forget asking her. What do we need to ask her? You don't follow a woman, right? I'm thinking that's what's alpha male style. You don't follow a woman. Did you ask her, why should I follow her so I can become feminized?
From the song was, when was it over for you?
But Tyrese, even that simple question.
Yeah.
That simple question.
Ever asked?
Did you ask her?
Of course.
Okay.
I wouldn't be sitting here asking people I don't know.
No, but we've been asking you a few more times though. Oh my God. Oh Lord, let me see. That's why I said he isn't a serious person. Good. So Tyrese is a very smart, intelligent person. And like I've always said, it's not really about if you're smart or intelligent, okay? But I think it's more so about emotional intelligence though. That part of intelligence, right? Where you just know that the other person you're interacting with, no matter how much you want to wrap everything up inside God, it's you how you relate with the persons with you is an indication of how much you understand God. If you think you can dismiss, if you can think you can be dismissive about how you relate with the individuals, the people, the relationships around you, if you think that the relationships around you is less than God, your understanding of God, then you're going to miss it because you don't know God. You literally don't know God. If you minimize the relationships around you and your ability to make people around you feel safe or feel heard or feel seen, I'm talking to all of us, men or women. If you don't value that at the same level where you would value any scriptures, then you don't know God, and you probably will never know God, because how are you going to exercise what you're learning from the scriptures, right? And a lot of times it's not because you're not a smart person. It's a very subtle thing that we do when you just follow religion blindly. That's what I personally picked up. If you picked up anything else from that, please let me know. Put it in the chat in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We'll be right back. All the resources you need is in the description box. I'll be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.